right. Welcome back, everybody, to the same episode of Tales from Helheim. And by same, I mean different.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yes, it is all the same. So, today we have an interesting topic, which would be how the Vatican loves. No, I'm not going to go there. That'd be controversial as fuck.
Oh, no. I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
Let me just take that intro over from you.
No, not allowed. But we're doing relics from the Vatican. So, one of the ones I'm doing is the third secret of Fatima.
Fatima?
Yes, the Fatima.
Nice.
So it asks, does the third secret of Fatima reveal apocalyptic events? So they're saying that this letter, the Blessed Mother appeared to 3 shepherd children between May 13th and October 13th in 1917.
Man, poor kids get everything.
I know, right?
Just kidding.
The first 2 secrets called for conversation and prayer, including the message that was warning about a pending new war and the conversion of Russia. Now, in lieu of events in May 2000, the Mary page received permission to duplicate the following news release. So the third secret was written down by Sister Lucia, the only survivor among the 3 children to whom the Virgin Mary appeared at Fatima in 1917. Sister Lucia, now a Carmelite nun. Okay, I didn't know there were caramelized nuns.
I was about to say, they caramelized the nun?
Yeah, now a caramelized nun, wrote down the text in 1944 at the request of the local bishop. The following is a full text of the third secret in its original translation. Here we go. I write in obedience to you, my God, who command me to do so through His Excellency the Bishop of Lyria, and through your most holy mother and mine. After the 2 parts which I have already explained, at the left of Our Lady and a little above, we saw an angel with a flaming sword in his left hand. Flashing, it gave out flames and looked as though they would set the world on fire. But they died out, in contact with the splendor that Our Lady radiated towards him from her right hand, pointing to the earth with his right hand. The angel cried out in a loud voice, "Penance, penance, penance." And we saw in an immense light that is God, something similar to how people appear in a mirror when they pass in front of it. A bishop dressed in white. We had the impression that it was the Holy Father, other bishops, priests, men, and women, religious, going up a steep mountain, at the top of which there was a big cross of rough-hewn trunks, as of a cork tree, with the bark. Before reaching there, the Holy Father passed through a big city, half in ruins, half trembling with halting step. Afflicted with pain and sorrow, he prayed for the souls of the corpses he met on his way. Having reached the top of the mountain on his knees at the foot of the big cross, he was killed by a group of soldiers who fired bullets and arrows at him.
What the fuck?
And in the same way, there died one after another of the bishops, priests, men, and women, religious and various lay people of different ranks and positions. Beneath the 2 arms of the cross there were 2 angels each, with a crystal aspergillium, that's a weird one, in his hand, in which they gathered up the blood of the martyrs and sprinkled the souls that were making their way to God.
Damn.
Yeah, it's very intense.
So is it like prophesizing the end of the world?
I think it's more... It was more prophesizing. I don't know if it would have been the Cold War Is that what happened in May 2000? I don't really remember.
Was that the first one?
But there's only one Cold War, sir.
No. I mean the prophecy.
Oh no, that's the it's the third secret. The first secret, they're just conversation and prayer. This
okay.
is so the third one is like the actual prophecy.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That sounds more like the downfall of like religion.
Yeah, it does. I believe it was just more so the like straight up issue or shit that was going to happen, like prediction of what was going to happen in Russia with all their shit that they've been through.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And then my other item is a letter dictated by Queen Mary of Scots to Elizabeth on the 15th of March, 1566. So the letter, which is written in broad Scots, describes the murder of Mary's presence, the murder in Mary's presence at the Holyrood House in Edinburgh of her Italian secretary, David Rizzio. The murder had been orchestrated by her husband, Lord Darnley, and a group of Protestant lords who were jealous of the influence that Rizzio enjoyed over the Scottish Queen. It took place on the evening of 9 March 1565, when Mary had been taking supper with Rizzio in her private apartments. Her husband held her down, and one of the fellow conspirators pointed a pistol at her belly, while her hapless secretary was dragged out of the room, clutching at her hem and screaming for her to save him. He was then stabbed to death, in all receiving 56 wounds. After the murder, Mary was held prisoner at Holyrood. Holyrood? I don't know. It's Holly Rood, so take it as you will. But persuaded Darnley to run away with her. They reached Dunbar on 12 March. Yeah, they're doing shit backwards. It's weird. And it was from here that Mary dictated this letter, breathlessly describing the horrific episode to Elizabeth, to whom she had always referred to as a sister queen. Even though Elizabeth replied in the same affectionate terms, she never trusted Mary and must have delivered some satisfaction from hearing about the collapse of her rival's regime.
What the fuck? I'm gonna refer to you as that now. You're my sister queen. Yeah, sister queen.
Yes, queen.
No, it's sister queen.
Yeah, sister queen. Oh. But that's not all. So these are the transcript or excerpt. As first he's taken our house, slain our most special servant in our own presence, and thereafter halden our proper persons captive, treasonable, whereby we are constrained to escape about midnight of our palace and Holyrood House. So there's some really weird fucking words in here that make no sense, and I'm sorry they made sense back in the day, but not now. Whereby we were, where we are for the present in the greatest danger for our lives, and ill estate that ever prince on earth stood in. We thought to have written you in this letter with our own hand, and thereby ye might have better understand all our meaning and taken more familiar therewith. But of truth, we are so tired and ill at ease. What through riding of 20 miles in a 5 hours of the night, as we frequent sickness and well disposition be the occasion of our child, that we could not at this time, as we was willing to have done. Your right good sister and cousin, Mary R.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Are you a huge cunt?
Us too.
Wait, can we even say cunt?
Of course. It's empowering these days.
I'm Ange Balisone, aka the drag queen, That Girl Gina.
And I'm Mike Fales, just a normal gay guy, I guess?
And we're the hosts of The Big Cunty Couch,
A gorgeous new talk show podcast where we invite queers and peers to sit, bitch, and be fierce on a huge-ass couch.
while we gab about all things gay
So come get cozy
and cunty,
with us. We're panned for platforms, so find us anywhere online and get listening, sweetie.
or watching.
Or both.
Otherwise, why the hell am I in full drag?
And we'll see you on the big... Oh, wait. I thought we were going to say that together.
Now, on The Big Cunty Couch. Mwah.
And she got killed. She got killed like a week after that, right?
So, that letter was after the killing.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, it was just about the murder in her presence, which she then sent to Elizabeth.
Shit.
Yeah, that's...
You got really dark ones, dude. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, come on. I just couldn't sit there with other ones.
Boom. All right, what else? What's your last one?
And then my last one, where did it go?
DD.
So they don't go far into it. They were only able to give this like mini thing of it, at least on the information that I used. It was brief, but it's about the proof that Jesus wasn't crucified.
Oh, what?
So the story of Christ's crucifixion lies at the heart of Catholic doctrine. Take that away and you've got a whole bunch of meaningless symbols. According to Michael Bangent, however, none of it really happened, at least not the way the Bible said it did.
Yeah.
Unlike some, Michael isn't denying that Jesus ever existed. Far from it. He says the prophet probably lived long after his supposed death in 33 AD. They say that Jesus escaped execution by striking a deal with Pontius, the man who sentenced him to death. It was in Rome's interest to keep Jesus alive despite the pressure to kill him, because he instructed the followers to pay tax. The best solution for all was to fake the crucifixion. By simulating a rapid death with hashish, opium, and belladonna,
Yeah.
the prophet's enemies would be satisfied and Christ would be taken down from the cross before sustaining mortal wounds. The drugs may have been administered via the vinegar-soaked sponge lifted to his mouth on a reed, ostensibly to quench his thirst. Michael doesn't have any proof, of course, but he says that it does exist. Supposedly an important document was unearthed by a French priest, Berenguer Saunier,
Nice.
at his church in Rennes-le-Château.
Oh, did you from us?
Yes. Shortly afterwards, the documents disappeared, and Saunier became immensely rich, which suggests to Michael that the Vatican paid him off to hide the document.
Damn.
However, there remains an intriguing clue inside Saunier's church. Unlike other churches, station, what is that, 24 of the cross? Something like that. I don't know my Roman my Roman numerals past like 20. But it shows a night sky and a full moon, indicating that Passover has begun, as you were saying. Since Jews are forbidden from handling the dead during Passover, the disciples carrying Jesus in this image can only be understood to be removing him from the tomb alive, not entering his corpse inside.
Damn.
They also do have the Pope Pius the 12th helped Hitler.
Yeah, I read about that one during my studies too, but the one that you just said, we're actually talking about that before we start recording right now.
Yeah.
That, like, the whole reason that he made the fucking deal with, was it Pontius?
Mm-hmm.
Was because, you remember, he says give earthly dues onto who they belong, so he's basically telling his followers to pay, like, taxes.
Yep.
And Pontius was down as fuck with that. He's like, give him my money.
Money, bitches, money.
Hey, Pontius, baby, I got your money. Yeah, so that's crazy to think that like the biggest like story involving Jesus, like his crucifixion,
Is a fraud.
like never happened. But that's crazy. That guy became immensely rich afterwards.
Yeah, well, you know how the Vatican is, man.
I'm gonna blackmail the Vatican.
I'm sorry, I don't care who the fuck you are. Do not trust the Vatican.
No.
A church that's all about peace, love, forgiveness, all that, should not need a secret police force, their own army, and be considered their own fucking country. That says you have something to fucking hide.
Well, I mean, based off our list, they have a lot of to hide.
That, and I mean the fact that even some of the Pope's exorcists say that the devil is in the Vatican.
Dude, I read that one too. I was like, I don't want to do that one.
I'd believe it, but
What else? They also said that they have what was it? They have proof of Jesus' lineage.
oh, yep.
So how you know how they only have stories about like from his birth to his crucifixion, and they don't have anything in between that.
Yeah.
That supposedly he had a family, and then the Vatican keeps track of everybody that's like part of the family, like in his branch. But if you think about it, going back just 10 centuries is going to yield like what 6,000 descendants.
Something like that, yeah.
So imagine
probably.
going back like 120. That means almost everybody alive now would have part of like being descendants with Jesus.
Hey, get happy bitches were related to Jesus.
Yeah, so my three are more like based off of like the occult part of it, which is kind of creepy, but...
Well, let's hear what you got, baby boy.
All right. Number one, I have the Grand Grimoire. So we talked about this on the last podcast. What did we...
I don't think you mentioned the grimoire. If you did, it was very brief, but you did talk about who it belonged to.
Yeah, I think it was either the last podcast or the one before that. I
It
can't
was the
remember.
last, because the last was the haunted and cursed items. Oh, no. Sorry. It was the episode before that with the occult and
Yeah.
cult.
Yeah, see? See, you slipped up and you forgot.
It's okay. It happens. We have a lot of episodes out there, man.
Yeah, we do. Go back and check them out.
I hope you...
So yeah, I have the Grand Grimoire as my number one. So who wrote it is still a mystery and not exactly known when it was written. It's said to have been discovered in the tomb of King Solomon in 1750. That's old as shit.
That is very old.
Yeah.
It's as old as Daddy Fat Sacks.
Oh, probably younger than that. The grimoire is said to contain a ritual for summoning Lucifug, Rofocall. That's the prime minister of hell, among other demons and even the devil himself.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, also the summoner must give up their soul in the process. 19th century occultist A.E. Waite said only a dangerous maniac or an irreclaimable soul would be qualified to carry out the summoning in full.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so it means you gotta be the worst of the worst to be able to fucking pull this shit off.
I know a few of those people that can pull that shit off.
Yeah. Although grimoires have been prolific throughout history, none has had as many appeal as this one. It's considered the most atrocious of its type. So, that's saying something.
So my question is, what does it have in it?
Oh, like it's basically it teaches you how to like summon the devil and like how to make a deal with him. And like summoning other smaller demons to do your bidding. Like we went over on the other one where a lot of people like they're still practicing like how to summon them.
Yeah.
And they're being like, oh, it's akin to like domestic abuse.
Yeah, I remember that. You're abusing my demons.
Yeah. So the original unaltered version is housed in the Vatican, and I say unaltered because there are copies of it out there, but it is said that the Vatican altered the copies, so the summoning for the demons, like all like the spells and shit, they're gonna be rendered useless. So
right.
Yeah, it's believed Honorius of Thebes wrote it, and he said that he was possessed by the devil when he wrote it.
Which, I mean, sounds like something that would be possible when you're writing something that can teach you, how to summon said devil.
Yeah, so that makes way more sense that he was possessed by the devil when he wrote it.
I'm going to be inside you, now summon me.
Yeah. So, along with summoning instructions, it also said to have instructions on how to make magical talismans and amulets, as well as casting spells.
So I mean the talismans and amulets would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, but it's crazy to think that the Vatican has the original, and then they made copies of it, and then altered it, and then put the copies out.
Again, don't trust the Vatican.
Like,
their history is a lot darker than you think.
Like, what would be the point of that? Oh, well, actually, that makes sense, because if you have the only one, like, their actual copy, people are going to try to steal it or fucking get it. But if you have, like, oh, there's this copy of this and this and this. But it said that some of the books, that some of the information that wasn't altered all the way off, that it's still able to use.
Well, I mean...
It's, like, for smaller spells and talismans, nothing like summoning the devil.
Yeah, but still, that's pretty dark. I mean, you know, they also have supposedly some of the stuff from the trials of the fucking Knights Templar.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, again, the church has done a lot of dark shit.
Oh, yeah, dude, they straight up framed those motherfuckers.
Like, people think they're, this good entity, but, I mean, if you look back at history, yeah, they've done a lot of shady and dark shit. Like, they're not some savior, if you think about it. I mean, a lot of the stuff they've done in the past leans more towards the dark side, the dark one.
Mm-hmm. It seems with, like, them, it's more like, it's not like black and white. It's more like subtle shades of gray.
Yeah.
We'll have, like, certain things that are, like, okay for them, but as we see them, they're like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. How could you do that?
God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's crazy to think that they have the book on how to summon the devil in, like, the Vatican.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone was bound to have it, they do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who
Keep
knows,
it there so other people can't use it.
Or maybe they're keeping it there so that they can use it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
To stop the super devil.
It's possible.
All right, so I'm going to just jump to my next one.
Let's hear what it is.
My next one is the chronovisor.
The coronavisor?
Yes.
The coronavirus?
No.
I mean, it sounds like it.
I know, but that's not that. So the chronovisor is described by Father Francois Brun in 2002 book Le Nouveau Mystère de Vatican. Yeah, I saw you get turned on by my Latin.
And wait, how do you spell his name?
Francois Brune.
That's weird.
Francois Brun.
I thought it was like French. Francois.
Well, I don't know if he's French or not. I didn't do that much research into him. Yeah, so in his book Le Nouveau Mystère du Vatican, the chronovisor. So you got me fucking saying it. God damn it.
The coronavirus.
The chronovisor is a device that is rumored to have been created and owned by the Vatican. So it is basically funded by them. It was designed by Father Pellegrino Ernetti and co-designed with Enrico Fermi, who developed the first nuclear reactor, and Werner von Braun, the first space rocket. Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So the chronovisor was said to work like kind of like VR. Like you put it to your face like glasses.
Yeah.
And it allows you to see and hear historical events like if they were there. So it allegedly worked by processing electromagnetic radiation left over from the past, and it turned it into visual and audio. So it was also said it could record images, though. Mm-hmm.
That is pretty interesting.
So what I'm hearing is the Vatican had VR, and they did not share, so that already pisses me off.
Well, I mean, think about it. It's saying that could record things. The Vatican has it, and they're rumored to have the largest collection of porn. So it's probably self-recorded, those sick fucks.
And they're watching their highlights?
Yep.
Gross.
Basically.
So Ernetti, who died in 1992, claimed to have seen the ancient Roman senator Cicero deliver a speech in 63 BC.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he and his team claimed that they saw Napoleon give a speech as well, and even witnessed the Last Supper and the crucifixion of Jesus Christ.
Damn.
So, like previously stated, the chronovisor, sorry, you got me fucking saying it, was said to record images and supposedly it produced images of Christ. Now, in public, in the Italian magazine La Domenica del Corriere, and Ernetti also provided a transcript of the lost play Theseus in the original Latin.
Right. So, it sounds like a fantastic fucking device. So if you could go back and see all kinds of crazy shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the image that was provided to the magazine, or that the magazine got.
Yeah.
So supposedly Ernetti never said that was the image. So it was just the magazine got a picture. So what they did is they did a black and white photo of Jesus on a postcard, zoomed in on it. They just made it black and white, and they said that was it.
Oh, God.
So Ernetti said, he disproved it. He said that wasn't from his chronovisor because it couldn't zoom in. It wouldn't be able to get that much detail.
Right. It was just kind of like a grainy image of whatever you saw.
Yeah, so it was grainy. Like
460 or 720, 480p.
Basically.
Like old school image and looking. I mean,
like watching it through an Android camera.
There you go.
So the craziest part is that he provided the transcript for the lost play Theseus, which was supposedly lost in time, and he provided it in the original Latin. Like the whole transcript was in Latin.
Yeah.
And supposedly he had gone and seen the play, and he wrote everything down and then provided it. And that's crazy. Like, how the fuck do you write out a lost play without any, like... And how do people believe it? Like, nobody knows what the play was about. Nobody knows the exact, like, details of the play. So he could have just written this fucking play that he has. He's secretly a playwright. And pass it off as that.
I mean, it's very possible, but unfortunately with something like that, there's no way that we can ever find out.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was something that, had lasted the test of time, or they at least had a decent record of, it'd be possible, but...
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have it. He turned it over to the Vatican.
Yeah.
So Ernetti said evidence of the chronovisor was destroyed when Pope Pius the XII, I don't know my
12.
Roman. Yeah. And Benito Mussolini decided it posed a threat to society. It feared it meant the end to all secrets, like private, military, personal. Sick fucks.
Yeah, they got rid of it because they didn't want to. If it was something that could show Jesus in the past, they didn't want to see what it had to show.
Oh yeah, they didn't. It poses more than that. It poses military secrets, like you said, personal stuff. Which, I mean, everybody knows the Vatican's into some shady shit.
I mean, they're more worried about themselves and their own secrets and the secrets of their history and their religion than anything.
Yeah, they don't want to pass down their shade.
Basically.
So it said that they were supposedly destroyed.
Yeah.
And the pieces are kept in the Vatican, but Ernetti believed that they never destroyed it, that they still have it and they're using it themselves.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, dude, it's too fucking powerful to fucking let that just be around.
I mean, you have that, a device that's powerful in very powerful hands.
Oh, yeah. So who are they to say that they're the right people to have that in their possession? But, I mean, it's better than letting everybody else have it, I guess.
I don't know. Give it to me. I'll lock it in a safe. I don't get tempted for that shit.
Gun safe.
No, I'd put it in a floor safe and then bury it in another floor safe and then bury that in a wall safe.
Nice.
Yeah.
You take down the wall and bury it inside another floor safe, inside a septic tank.
Yeah. Which is just a septic tank acting as a safe.
Yeah, pretty much. So my last one is, which I was going to do this one first, but on my way over here I was doing more research on it, and just today.
Yeah.
And this shit is fucking insane. Like, I'm going to just fucking tell you like what I know of it.
Yeah, let's hear what you got.
Okay. So my final item is the Holy Lance / the Spear of Destiny / Holy Spear. So I said it in that particular way because I'm going to come back to it and it's going to make sense why I said the 3 names.
All right.
So the Holy Lance is said to be located beneath the dome in St. Peter's Basilica.
Right.
And it was given to Pope Innocent VIII.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is.
Yeah,
I
so it's
think,
probably
V is 5. So it's either the 8th.
53.
No, that should be, actually, I don't know what 50 is. So I'm just going to assume if it's a V and 3 eyes that it'll be the 8th.
Okay. So, yeah, Pope Innocent VIII in 1492 after the Turkish conquest of Constantinople.
And Columbus sailed the ocean blue or some shit like that.
Yes, in 1492. So that's where they say that the Holy Lance is located. But it gets so much more difficult.
Difficult?
Uh-huh. I'll tell you exactly why. So let me break down what the Holy Lance is.
Break it down.
Now break it down now. Okay. Was that the fucking NWO theme song I just did?
I honestly don't remember. It's been fucking years since I've heard that.
I'm gonna have to look that up after because that's gonna fucking live in my head for like the next month and a half.
Oh, God.
So the Holy Lance is a spear that was used to pierce Jesus' side during the crucifixion.
That didn't happen.
Okay. I'm not gonna get involved in your conspiracies here.
I just read about it. Or I just read it to you.
Yeah. But it was said that when it pierced his side, that blood and water poured out of it. The blood and the water was caught into a cup, which would become the Holy Grail, which is like the number 1 sought after fucking religious item.
That
number
no
2,
one's ever going to fucking find.
Yep, and number 2 is said to be the Holy Lance.
Okay.
Yeah, so the spear belonged to the Roman soldier Longinus. I've heard it pronounced a lot of different ways, but I'm going to go with the pronunciation Longinus.
All right.
Because I've also heard it as Longinus, and I'm not going to say that.
Yes, it belonged to the knight Larganus.
Larganus. Large Marge. No,
So
so
Longinus.
Yeah, so it belonged to the Roman soldier Longinus, later known as Saint Longinus. He is also said to be referred to in the Bible as the repentant soldier. He said, he exclaimed at the time of Jesus' death, "This man is truly the Son of God," when he died. The curious thing about it is that he suffered from an eye affliction, so his eye was all fucky.
Yeah.
And it said that when he pierced the side, that the water and blood hit him in the face, like it ran down the spear and onto his face.
And cured his eye.
It did. So he was canonized after that, and then he was turned into a saint. The guy who murdered Jesus became a saint.
Well,
I mean,
damn.
he did repent at the end of it, I guess. So
Yeah, but I mean, still, if all that shit was real and he did really die, then he killed one of the most important person for some people these days.
yeah, but it's also said that his sacrifice was needed. So I mean, it was always part of the plan for him to die, I guess. But Saint Longinus is the one that delivered the fucking killing. Well, not the killing blow, because he was said to already be dead by the time they're going to take him off for the Passover.
Right.
So instead, when the criminal was still alive, they would like break their knees and their legs so they wouldn't run away. But they saw that he was already dead. So just to confirm, that was his final blow, was just the fucking spear to the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take a deep breath here because this is going to get interesting. Ready?
All right. That wasn't a deep breath. That was a sniffle. You liar.
So so there's 3 theories of what happened with Saint Longinus. So after the crucifixion and after like he converted and all that, he put the spear back into an armory. The armory was sacked during like the riots in Jerusalem and all that, and like shortly after that.
Yeah.
And the spear was taken, and a lot of people said that it was taken and by the Armenians.
Okay.
So as of right now, there is a claim to be 3 of the holy, 3 holy lances.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
So one of them is in Armenia.
Okay.
The other 2 are said to be in St. Peter's Basilica.
Yeah.
And one, I believe, is in Vienna.
Kind of weird places, at least the Vienna one.
Okay, but I'll get to that.
Okay.
So the whole thing was that the original lance was probably lost in time and then found later on.
Right.
So it's referred to the Holy Lance. Hold on, let me go back because they had the specific names for it. It's the Holy Lance, the Spear of Destiny, and the Holy Spear.
Okay.
Okay. So the Holy Spear, the one that is in Armenia, is
Right.
said not to actually be like the lance. It looks more like kind of like a topper for a flag.
Okay.
But that one was Saint Bartholomew. He had a vision that Saint Andrew came to him and told him the location of the Holy Spear. So he went and they started digging at the St. Andrew's Cathedral. They
Right.
started digging and they said, oh, this is where he told me it'll be. He'll dig and dig and dig. So they dug for about like 2-3 days. They didn't find jack shit. Sorry. They didn't find like jack shit there. So they were going to execute St. Bartholomew. And then he said, oh, wait, I know where it's at. And he jumped into a hole and he brought out what's the spear or the topper.
Yeah.
That's the one that the Armenians have.
Okay.
The second one is a little bit more complicated. Okay.
Well, let's get into these statistics.
So the story is that Saint Longinus, he stayed in Jerusalem and he handed over the spear,
Okay.
and as a like religious artifact. So when they got lost in time, whatever. Emperor Constantine's mother, I believe her name was Helen or Hella. She made like a whole like crusade like to the Holy Land to like find artifacts and shit.
Okay.
And she had like a vision that she knew exactly where the holy site would be, and they went and they dug up. So supposedly they found the crown of thorns. And they found two nails that no, not two. They found the nails that they used to crucify Jesus, and then
Right.
they found the wooden cross that they used to crucify Jesus on. But there was also said that there was a lot of different crosses that were found in the same area, so they didn't know like which one was his.
Yeah.
So what they did is they brought in a corpse of a guy and they laid him down on different crosses to see if anything happened. And the first one, nothing happened. Second one, nothing happened. But when they hit the third one, the guy just sat up and he came back to life.
The fuck?
Yeah, so it said that was his cross. So then they took all the artifacts back with them, and Constantine said that he grabbed two of the nails,
Yeah.
and with one of them, he like broke it down and turned it into a crown of like nails. And the second one, he put at the top of like a shaft, and it became what is known as the Spear of Destiny, or the Holy Spear. So, with that's the one that's been passed down through like a lot of people. And
Right.
the spearhead was also said to be they found the spear there as well. So, with that, it was taken from Constantine
Okay.
by invading forces, and it was broken. Like they broke the tip off of like the rest of it in the shaft. So then that's where the second two come out.
So they broke the tip off
Yeah.
of the shaft.
Yeah.
Or are we still talking about the same spear?
Yeah, so we're talking about the Holy Lance. So the Holy Lance was actually there. The Spear of Destiny is a piece of wood, like the wooden shaft,
Yeah.
with one of the nails used to crucify Jesus attached to the top of
okay.
it.
Which is weird. But,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
So that's where the Holy Lance, Spear of Destiny, and the Holy Spear come from, which is the Holy Spear is the tip of the spear that was attached to like another part of spear.
Right.
That's the one that the Armenians have. That's the one that Saint Bartholomew found. The Holy Lance is the end part of the spear that was broken as well.
Yeah.
And the Spear of Destiny would be the spear that has the nail on top.
Oh, okay.
So the Spear of Destiny, so the Holy Lance was taken from Constantine and all that, and then it came back to him, but then it started getting passed around. So every major empire in the world, like the saints, kings, they've all had the lance, the spear, the Holy Spear at some point. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it is. Part of the Holy Lance was said to have been put inside. They built a throne, and it had like a giant roof, and it had pillars.
Yeah.
At 4 pillars, the Holy Lance was said to have been placed inside of one of the pillars, and then the other 3 pillars had like other like holy artifacts or some shit. Sorry. Oop. And
Why are you saying sorry?
I said Holy Lance. I was like, and shit.
So? It's a bunch of holy shit.
Jesus. But yeah, so it said that it's been passed down. It said that one of the kings that held the spear, he rode into battle with the spear 47 times, and he went 47. He went undefeated until who was it? It was Charlemagne. Sorry, Charlemagne the Great, the king of France, rode into battle with the spear 47 times, went undefeated 47 times, and was only when he dropped the spear during battle is when he died. He got fucking murked. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It makes you wonder, because it's like, you get into the whole, so how they found the cross and supposedly put someone up on there and they came back to life. Like, so what does that mean for ghosts and spirits? Like, if you come back to life, do you come back to life with your soul? Does your soul stay out of your body? Like, how does that work?
Dude, honestly, I have no clue. But I'm gonna jump back into this. So, I'm gonna just call them the Holy Lances, so I don't have to keep saying the different names.
All right.
So they were passed down like people, like kings. At one point, one of the kings of this, one of the British kings, he had possession of the lance, and then he was like super fucking pumped about it. I think it was King Henry.
Yeah.
He had the lance in his possession, and then he said that to make copies of the lance, like 12 copies, and send to different kings. But he would touch the lances to the Holy Lance to supposedly pass down some power and victory and whatnot. But where it gets interesting is that this French playwright, he made like a whole like composition play about the Holy Lances.
Yeah.
And it inspired one lone painter with a twinkle in his eye to want to possess the fucking lances. At this point, one of the lances was in Vienna.
Sausage.
Yeah. And that painter would turn out to be Adolf Hitler. He went and he saw the lances where they had it in display.
Wait, Hitler was a painter?
He was a painter. Yeah.
Sadistic fuck.
Yeah, he fucking sucked. But he went to go look at the lance, and he said that he had a feeling like if he had already held it before, like if it was meant to be in his hands and whatnot.
Oh God, that's not good.
Yeah. So during World War I, when he was like real prominent and shit, he had possession of one of the lances, and it said that when like during World War II, when on his downfall, one of the American soldiers, they had bombed one of the fucking like shelters, and during the rubble they were looking through, they found the Holy Lance like right underneath, and like a couple of days right after that, they found Hitler that he died. He committed suicide in his bunker after he lost the lance.
Damn, that's pretty trippy.
Yeah, so as of right now, the 3 lances are in the Vatican, in St. Peter's Basilica, Vienna, like an art institution or something like that. And then the 3rd one is in Armenia. And that's all I have for my 3.
Well, not too shabby, my dude. Not too shabby at all.
Got any questions for me, baby?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, but it's crazy to think that so many people, like powerful fucking people, were like, hey, I had the lance at some point, like King Henry, fucking Charlemagne, Hitler, the Vatican.
All bad people.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty damn interesting.
But actually, the one that they have in Vienna was actually said that they use it to like knight people.
That's a very interesting use for it.
Mm-hmm. It's also said that the one of them, I don't remember which one, that it was broken, so they put like a silver like band around it to keep it together. But when they removed the band to replace it with a gold one, they found like one of the nails from Jesus' crucifixion in the middle of the thing, like the middle of the spear.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's fucking crazy. They put a fucking nail in it.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. I don't know why you'd put that in there, but hey, more power to you.
Yep, there's some weirdos, man.
There definitely are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. I think that'll conclude today's fine episode.
It will, and we will see y'all next time.
When shit's gonna get creepier and crazier.
Just remember, stay out of the Vatican.